Today, John, we're going to talk about the closure of the Christian Brothers building in Kells, County Meath.
That's right, Oliver. I just mentioned this before I go into it. I intend to be bright, be brief and be gone. As years ago I heard when RTE in its radio section had excellent programmes in the afternoon, and one of them was about a priest from County Roscommon. It was a marvellous interview. He had many good little points about this, that and the other, but that was one phrase he used and it kind of stuck in my mind. Be bright, be brief and be gone. And another thing that stuck in my mind, but it's nearly irrelevant from this, but I just come out with it. Shakespeare, you can make a hell of heaven or a heaven of hell. And funny enough, it's nearly more appropriate nowadays than it would have been when I was studying it years and years ago, in my first childhood. It's my second. That's the way it was. So
anyway, we're talking about the closure of the Christian Brothers. This has upset you.
Well, it is. Funny enough, I was educated by the Presentation Brothers in Carrick-Shannon in County Meath, and they did a good job as far as I'm concerned. They planted a good seed, and while I went through life with all its ups and downs and its problems and all the rest of it, nonetheless the messages that I received from them and from others, particularly my parents, stood to me in good stead. Now, the Christian Brothers building and former school in Bective Street in Kells, County Meath, has provided an education for Irish people and Irish young people down the centuries. Ireland gained its freedom to practice its religion, its Catholic religion, in 1829. And in 1844, the Christian Brothers, along with various other parts of the country, but came to Kells in 1844, only less than 20 years after we got the freedom to practice our religion and our education, because prior to that it was head schools. In other words, itinerant teachers going about trying to teach Catholic children, hiding away in case the authorities come across them. So now the Christian Brothers came to Kells. They're there since 1844. They give an education to the primary end of it, from people when they started school to when they maybe left at 14 or 15. And then later on, not that long after that, they established a secondary school. So a lot of our relatives, now gone to their maker, would have been educated by the Christian Brothers or the Presentation Brothers or even the Morris Brothers, but in Kells it was the Christian Brothers. And by the way, a famous man was educated there and lost an eye in the science, they had a science laboratory in the early part of the 1900s, and I think there was some compensation for him. He went on to be a chemist, and he's the man that invented for the relief of children's pains in their, when they had red marks, pseudocreme, and that now is distributed throughout the world. And it started in Kells, County Meath. That's where he did his leaving cert.
Very interesting.
And he lost an eye, but it didn't prevent him from doing all this. And this pseudocreme is sold all over the world, and it's an Irish product still made here. You don't hear that very often.
You don't.
Anyway, they're due to close. Their headquarters has deemed that they're going to be rehoused somewhere else. The Christian Brothers that live there. And facilities including an oratory, i.e. a small chapel where there's the Stations of the Cross and Mass on the Sunday for people that wish to go to this small, this small oratory. That's there. There's lovely grounds, and then there's a facility there that local people use. Various organisations, 40 of them, including Weight Watchers. For those ones that want to be skinny. Why they want to be skinny is a mystery to me, but anyway, they want to be skinny. perhaps like models. And then there's various other organisations like the Alcoholics Anonymous, a whole heap of various local organisations, up to 40 and more, use the facilities there. There's a kitchen that they can use in a separate building. So it provides a great focus for local people to be able to use their facilities, not just least going to Mass if they're living in Kells. Now, so the fact that this might be closed for redevelopment, with the destruction of the little oratory that's there, that's well supported, and the facilities in the other building, the Edmund Rice building it's called, because he was the founder of the Christian Brothers. Marvellous man, blessed, I think he's blessed now, going on for sainthood. So people are objecting to the fact and are saddened that this might be closed, and we're hoping and John Malone of the Christian and Jobs Action Party supports the view that that facility should be kept for the use of the various organisations that use it, and for the various Christian brothers that are retired there and quite happy there and look after the gardens so well.
Thank you very much, John.
Thank you very much.